Okay, let us continue. Pretty much at this point, we've been playing this game to Sunless Citadel for like months now. Since one session, we had like 4-hour sessions at the time, and one session, one game can take like a year if we think about it. At the best, it can take like a freaking year, without lying. Especially if things goes slowly. So, as far as I've been explaining things to you in this campaign, it's been like, I think at this point it was like 4 or 5 months when we went this far. And the guys were, at the time, sorry if I went a little ahead of myself in the last video, but still, at the point once guys reached the queen, they returned the dragon to the queen. They asked me, actually, how far are we in this quest? I was like, well, it looks almost done. And then I went. Then I noticed that, holy crap! It still goes on. What is going on? The rounded room that I thought it was 3. I thought that was it. At first, that was it. But then I noticed it still goes on. Where's the map? There was like a map in a first page, and then when you go back after all the enemy descriptions, which I skipped at first, I noticed, oh Lord, there's another map. You guys, you're at the halfway of the game. They were like, oh Lord, it still goes on. Well, yeah, but you're at the halfway. I think we can get through this really fast. But anyways, as they start the game, this is pretty much the part where fun things start. But anyways, once I went back into that room, which I corrected that it was vines leading downwards, not a tree going upwards. This got to be one of the coolest things in this campaign. What happened actually in this campaign? I really think it was cool. At first, 2 guys went down the vines. One of the two guys who, I believe 2 guys who were like, went down, had that Meepo with them. He was like carrying him on the back of his shoulders while they climbed down, and they faced some skeleton enemies and stuff like that. And once they reached town, I was like, okay, battle starts. There are like 2 skeletons, some other enemy, a couple white blights. Actually, there was 3 skeletons, I believe. But anyways, the skeletons reached 2 guys who climbed down. The coolest thing about this battle was that once the first turn was over, on both sides, on the guy's side and on the enemy side, skeletons, they like came close to those vines the guys climbed down. Cleric, once again, he jumped down from the vine onto a skeleton, and I think he actually killed that skeleton. It was like that's really cool. It was like really cool. But anyways, after that battle, they reached into this kind of how would I describe it? I'm sorry, guys, I can find a word for it. It was like this narrow pathway made by nature, and they pretty much reached common goblins tailoring area, or area which was like, there was like armory, tailoring place, well, pretty much everything in there, from hospital to tailoring place and crap like that. It was like 6 rooms on the upside, 6 rooms on the downside, on the north and south, north and south. There were like 3 rooms on there, and of course room which led back to the room where they fought the skeletons. They kinda, went behind. In there, of course, they entered into a battle. From all the rooms, the goblins, they like ran at them, and they were like, I'm going to kill you. And of course, the guys, they were like, you suckers kill us? Yeah, right. And this was pretty much the point where I was like, you guys, this is way too easy for you. Actually, it was a bit earlier on. I was like really frustrated because things were really way too easy at them. So I told guys that, okay, I'm going to buff up the enemies a bit. It was actually way before this. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to mention it. But anyways, at this point, I was like, man, they're pretty much swinging through anything I throw at them and laughing their ass off at it. They were like, those guys, those guys. So I just had to buff the enemies up a bit. I gave them a bit more armor points because, what they could do, they had like, they didn't even have to roll really high, so they could hit on the enemies, and they did a ridiculous amount of damage on those enemies as well. So what I did was, on one point of the game, I buffed up enemies' HP and their AC. And seriously, I think it was quite justified. Possibly, normally, game masters won't, dungeon masters won't do this, but I just had to. It was just way too easy at them. But anyways, once they got through those goblins, they started to explore the rooms. In one room, there was there was actually nothing but few bedrolls, rat droppings. What they found was hairy balls of rats, which pretty much rats puked out from their ass. Another room, it was an armory. They found like 30 spears and 60 spears actually. They like gave each other a certain amount of spears. One room was a tailoring room. There were like these leather pieces and broken armors which could only fit a small size of goblins, goblins, and stuff like that. So they were like, well, yeah, this room seems safe enough, so we are going to sleep in here. So the guys, smart as they were, man, they like left the warrior of the group to sleep on the door, because the door, it was opening inside to the room. Oh, they left their warrior in there. And just as they slept like 6-7 hours, so they could get all of their HP and magic back together, they started to hear ramming on the other side of the door. And they were like, oh man, there's ramming. Okay, you guys, be prepared. And the warrior, he was like standing like this on the door. The ramming was like, there's like someone trying to get in, really badly. And once, once the warrior decided like to get out of the way of the door, get out the way of the door, there was just one goblin coming through, and he was like, really? He smashed his axe right through that guy. I was laughing my ass off. And that was one of the random encounters, actually. I was like, okay, random encounter. How many goblins they will like face? Just one. Well, okay, let's roll with it. And the guys were laughing as well. They were like, seriously, just one goblin? And he was like, right away, passed away. It was like, the goblin stepped into the room, and I was like, oh, fuck! And smash! Got an axe into his head. It was funny. Anyways, once they stopped resting in that room, then they went like, south. There was this medical room. There was this one dire rat with the cancer. They checked the rat out. They killed it. And then I think it was the ranger of the group. He like that rat, the cancer rat. It really seemed like it would die in a couple of weeks if it would have lived alone without medical attention. It was like tied into a couple of bottles of some sort of elixir. So, according to description, if someone were to drink the elixir, he will be poisoned. Well, of course, a ranger, he wouldn't like him. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip. And he puked up right away. He had a chance to throw his saving throw. He made it good, but I just wanted to tell him that it tasted so bad, you threw up. And the guys were like, yeah, I think we are not going to try another potion of those. In a one room, in that same area, what they faced in, there were 8 freaking gallons of alcohol. 8 freaking gallons of alcohol. They were like, well, we have unlimited amount of. We don't need to worry about weight, so let's take it all in. I was like, no, I can't let you guys do that.